Hi, I'm Mohammednur Hussein from Mame Pharmacy presentation. Today we will discuss on a course of pharmacognosy. We will start with Unit 1, which is about general introduction to pharmacognosy. Under general introduction, we will discuss three main topics. The first one is definition, brief history, and the scope of pharmacognosy. The next one is crude drugs. And the third and final of this chapter is about steps in scientific analysis of drugs from natural resources. So let us start with definition, brief history, and a scope of pharmacognosy on our today's discussion, and another two titles we will discuss on another time. Let us start with the definition. What we mean by pharmacognosy, how these words were coined. The word pharmacognosy is derived from two Greek words. The first one is pharmakon, which means drug or poison, and the second one is gignosis, which means to acquire the knowledge. So the entire word pharmacognosy means to acquire the knowledge of a drug. In general, pharmacognosy is the study of medicinal and drug-related products derived from natural sources like plants. It may be whole plants, exudates or the extracts of the plants or organ of the plant. It may also be extracted or obtained from natural sources of animals like cows, fish, pig, and ox. For example, drug insulin that is used as anti-diabetic hormone is obtained from pancreas of a cow. Insulin is peptic hormone. It is a peptide hormone produced by beta cells of the pancreatic cells encoded in a human. Its function is regulating blood sugar levels. Its deficiency will cause disease known as diabetic mellitus. Diabetic mellitus is a group of disease that results in too much sugar in a blood or high blood glucose, it means. Another drug that is obtained from animals is heparin, that is obtained from intestines of a pig and lungs of ox. They are used for anticoagulants. They are used as anticoagulants. Heparin is usually stored within the secretory glands of a mast cell in our body. This mast cell is a type of white blood cell that is produced in a bone marrow. It is an important part of immune system and help fighting of infection. So it is released only, this heparin that is produced in our body is released only into the vascular outside of tissue injury. Only if there is tissue injury, it will be released into our body. The main purpose of heparin is as a defense at such sites against invading bacteria and other foreign materials. Heparin injection is done if there is a deficiency in heparin of our body. It is used to decrease the clotting ability of the blood and helps preventing harmful clots from forming in our blood vessels. So this heparin facilitates the blood flow of the blood flows in our body. Another drug from natural sources is from minerals. Such drugs include both metallic and non-metallic sources. From metallic sources, for example, iron, it is used to treatment of iron deficiency anemia. What do we mean by anemia? Anemia, it is also known as low hemoglobin. It is a condition in which you lack enough healthy red blood cell. red blood cell may be available, but it is not healthy. So hemoglobin is an iron-rich protein that gives the red blood color. It gives a color for a red blood. So red blood color, red color of red blood is because of hemoglobin. This hemoglobin carries oxygen from the lungs to the rest of our body. Such hemoglobin to be work properly, it needs an iron. Sufficient of iron should be there. If iron is not sufficient, there is no healthy blood cell. For that, we need an iron. If iron deficiency is there, we can supply an iron as a treatment. So this iron is from traditional, from herbal drugs or from another sources of minerals we can provide. Another drug that is used, another metallic drug that is used is mercurial salts that are used in syphilis for the treatment of syphilis. Syphilis is sexually transmitted infection or STI that is caused by bacteria. So we can provide mercurial salts and we can treat the syphilis. Another drug is from mineral is zinc that is used as zinc sulfate. Zinc oxide paste is also used in wound and eczema treatments. By the way, zinc is a mineral that is essential for many of the body's normal functioning and systems. This may include immune system, wound healing, blood clotting, thyroid function, and the sense and tastes. The sense of tastes and smells. Zinc also supports normal growth and development during pregnancy, childhood, and adolescence. Another drug that is from mineral source is iodine that is used as an antiseptic. Iodine supplements are also used. Why are iodine supplements necessary? Iodine helps thyroid glands that is available in our necks. It is used to make hormones thyroxine. Thyroxine controls many of the way certain cells work. It is also important for the growth of bones and nerves, and also important in how protein, fat, carbohydrates are used in the body. Iodine is important before birth and in babies and young children. Another mineral that is used in our body as a treatment is a gold salts that are used in the treatments of rheumatoid arthritis. In broad sense, we can define pharmacognosy as a scientific and systematic study of the physical, chemical, structural, and sensory characteristics of crude drugs or plants or vegetables and animals and mineral origin, along with their history, methods of cultivation, collection, preparation for the market, and their applications. The American Society of Pharmacognosy defines pharmacognosy as the study of physical, chemical, biochemical, and biological properties of a drug of natural origin, as well as the search for new drugs from natural sources. Pharmacognosy is not only concerned with the medicines of natural sources. Other materials used in pharmacy but having no pharmacological actions which are of interest to pharmacognosyists are natural fibers. Natural fibers are fibers that are produced by geological processes or from the bodies of plants or animals. Sources of natural fibers can include plants, animals, or minerals. Plant fibers include seed hair, such as cotton, stem fibers, such as flax, leaf fibers like sisal, and husk fibers like coconut. In addition to this, animal fibers are available, like wools, hairs, and secretions like silk. Another one is flavoring and suspending agents, which that among the materials used in pharmacognosy. Flavoring agents are additive substances that is used either to give good tastes or flavors to the product or to mask unpleasant tastes. Suspending agents are used to mix different substances. In addition to this, colorants, disintegrants, and stabilizers are also be a concern of pharmacognosy. Stabilizers, colorants are products that give color or that is used to mask bad colors of the product. Disintegrants are substances that are used to break down products into observable forms. Another one is stabilizers, which are substances added to prevent unwanted change in state of another substances. For example, preventing oil and water emulsion from separating in products. Other areas that have natural associations with subjects are poisonous. Poison substances are that can cause or capable of causing death or illness if taken into the body. Hallucinogenic plants are also other area of interest. They are plants that are psychoactive drugs with changes in emotion and conscience. Another area of concern interest is allergens. An allergen is substances that can cause allergic reaction in our body. In some people, the immune system recognizes allergens as a foreign or dangerous. As a result, the immune system reacts by making a type of antibody called immunoglobulin E to defend against the allergens. Common food allergens, for example, are wheat, fish, milk, eggs, and others. Another area of interest is herbicides. Herbicides are also called weed killers that are used to control undesired plants known as weeds. These are among the commonly used herbicides like Axial in our country especially. Another area of interest in pharmacognosy is insecticides. They are any toxic substance that is used to kill insects. Other area is molluscides, that are pesticides which killed mollusks and that kills snails and slugs. We define pharmacognosy as a science that studies crude drugs from natural products. So what do we mean by crude drugs? Crude drugs mean simply it is raw drugs. It is any naturally occurring unrefined substances derived from organic or inorganic sources. When we say organic sources like plants, animals, bacteria, organ or a whole of organisms intended, and from inorganic sources like minerals, and it is intended for use in diagnosis, cure, mitigation, treatment, or prevention of disease in a human or other animals. They are used without any processing except for drying to prevent from deterioration and size reduction, just to facilitate proper packaging. That can be served as a crude drug can be obtained from an entire organisms, parts of an organisms, extract or exudates of an organisms, or pure isolated compounds. Natural products which obtained from entire organisms or full organisms can be from plants, from animals, and from microorganisms. From plants, for example, mentha and lobelia can serve entirely as prodrugs. Mentha is a medicinal plant that is regularly used for the treatments of vomiting and nausea, treatments of gastrointestinal diseases, and it is anti-carcinogenic effects. It is also used as an anti-allergic, antifungal, antibacterial, and anti-diabetic. Another plant that is entirely used for as crude drugs is lobelia. Lobelia is a flowering plant that is used for medicinal purposes for centuries. Some studies show that lobelin, the active compound is in Lobelia inflata, may help for treatments of asthma, depression, and ADHD, which means attention deficiency or hyperactivity disorders. This disorder is one of the most common neurodevelopmental disorders of the children. Another entire organism that can be served as a crude drug is animals. From animals, an example, catharides and cochineals are some of the examples. Catharide is a beetles that give catharidin active ingredients when it is dried and ground to powder. Catharidin is this is a structure of catharidin that is secreted by male blisters and that give to female as a complementary gift during mating. It is a topical agent for the treatments of common warts. Another animal that is used entirely for treatment is cochineal. Cochineal is an insect that will give red color dyes when extracted. The extract is called carminic acid. The dyes is used for the textiles and also FDA is approved for food, cosmetics, and drug colorants. Another is crude drugs from microorganisms. Drugs from microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, molds are a source of many life-saving drugs. These obtained from microorganisms and used to kill microorganisms. Examples of such drugs are penicillin, which is used to treat infections caused by bacteria. This penicillin was obtained from fungus known as Penicillium notatum. Another gram-positive bacteria known as Streptomyces venezuelaceae is extracted to give chloramphenicol, that is a broad-spectrum antibiotic that is used for gram-positive and gram-negative treatments. Some drugs from fungi also be used as antifungals. For example, griseofulvin, that is extracted from Penicillium griseofulvium. Antibacterial neomycin is also obtained from bacteria known as Streptomyces paradies. Another source of natural product is parts of an organism. Example, it may be leaf, bark, or any other parts. For example, digitalis leaf is extracted to give digoxin. Digoxin is a drug that is used to treat chronic heart failure. Cinchona bark also gives a quinine when extracted and purified. The isolated quinine is used for the treatments of malaria. In addition to this, morphine, which is used as analgesic, is obtained from opium fruits. Another natural product that can be used as a crude drugs or as a drugs are an extracts of either organisms or parts of an organisms, and also the exudates of an organisms. Plant exudates or laxatives is milky emulsions composed of small organic compounds suspended in a liquid dispersion medium. Example is latex of Euphorbia candelabrum. This is a plant, Euphorbia candelabrum. This is a latex from these plants, latex of Euphorbia candelabrum. Is there any difference between drugs and medicine, or are they synonyms to each other? Yeah, there is some differences in between drugs and medicine. Drugs represented active ingredients only. It cannot contain excipients, while medicine include active ingredients with or without excipients. Medicine is a ready-made preparation available at pharmacy stores. What we mean by active ingredient? It is part of medicine which is responsible for pharmacological activity. So, when we compare drugs and medicine, drug is any chemical substances. It is a chemical substances or active ingredients which, when acted on a living body, alters the physiological process and is used for the prevention, diagnosis, control, and treatments of diseases. Another way, medicine have also the same purposes as the drugs. That means they will use also for prevention, diagnosis, control, and treatments of diseases. But the difference is medicine is a formulated form of a drug. It is either available in a tablet, capsule, syrup, suspension, in any way it is available. It is formulated form of a drug. Drug is only active pharmaceutical ingredients, while medicine is formulation of active pharmaceutical ingredients with excipient or without excipients. Drugs have no appropriate dosage forms and doses, while medicine has appropriate dosage forms and appropriate doses. Drugs is not using directly for the treatments because it needs to be designed suitable dosage forms and doses, while medicine is using for the treatment directly. It is already manufactured and ready for use. Sources of drugs are plants, animals, microorganisms, minerals, and others, while sources of medicine is a drug and maybe excipients. All medicines are drugs, but all drugs are not medicine. Drug definition as per the Drugs and Cosmetics Act is all substances intended to be used for the diagnosis, treatment, mitigation, or prevention of any diseases or disorder in a human being or in animals. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to support. Thank you very much for your time.